Good morning, everyone. So, we have started with capital budgeting. As I have told you all, capital budgeting is a planning technique, is a decision making technique wherein the capital received by the business through the owners is used to purchase a asset or make a investment decision. So that basically is capital budgeting, which helps to which help the business to make a investing decision, as in which project to invest, which asset to purchase. This decision is taken with the help of capital budgeting. Till last lecture, we were doing the first method of capital budgeting, which is payback period method. I had explained you payback period method is a method wherein the business can come to know that if I invest in a project today, when will I be able to recover the amount invested? At what time, at what period I will be able to get the money that I have invested? So that is payback period method. You get the answer in years. YEARS, years. So now, today, we will start with the second method of capital budgeting, known as the accounting rate of return method, or you also call it as average rate of return method. Now, rate of return, percentage of return. Return means profit. Average means approximately how much return a business can earn after investing in a particular project or purchasing a particular asset. So, this method helps a business to know that what will be the average return, what will be the approximate return. Return means profit. How much profit? Rate means percentage. So, approximately how much return a business may earn after investing to a particular asset or after investing in a particular investment. Now, average rate of return method, or you may also call it as accounting rate of return method. This method is calculated with the help of a formula. This method is calculated with the help of the formula, like the payback period method. So now what we will do is, let us understand the formula for average rate of return. So the formula, here we have to first, so what I have done, I have divided this formula into steps, various steps, like I had divided the payback period method. So for the step 1, what we will do, we will find out the average, or let us, no problem, we will find out the average net profit after tax. So in our first step, we will find out the average net profit after tax. See, in the payback period, it was cash outflow and cash inflow. Cash outflow, the meaning of cash outflow is how much cash goes out of the business. Nothing but when we do a investment, how much cash is required for that investment. Let it be the investment on asset or let it be investment on project. Cash outflow meant how much cash is going outside the business, and cash inflow was net profit after tax, but after getting the net profit after tax, we used to add the depreciation. Remember, when we added back the depreciation, we get the cash inflow. Means while calculating the cash inflow, what we do, we consider depreciation as a non-cash expense, and first we deduct the depreciation to save the tax. Then after minusing the tax, after deducting the tax, we add back the depreciation, and then we get the cash inflow. That here it will be here. Yeah, see here, cash for you all. Cash inflow means net profit before cash inflow is what? Income. From income, we less all expenses, all cash expenses. We get net profit before depreciation and tax. Then what we do? We less depreciation. We get net profit before tax. We less tax. We get net profit after tax. We add depreciation. We get cash inflow. Means here for the average profit after tax, we have to only calculate till here. We have to only calculate till what? We have to only calculate till net profit after tax. We have to only calculate till net profit after tax. But what we require, what have they told? See, I am trying to explain even those things which I've already explained in the last lecture. We have done few sums also based on the first method. Now what is the formula? What we have to find out? We have to find out average net profit after tax. Average means what we have. How do we get the average? Average का formula है total net profit after tax divide by number of years. So number of years. What will be the number of years? Number of years of the estimated life of the asset. That is, if they in the question they have given for 5 years, then divide by 5. If they have given for 4 years, then divide by 4. Then you get your average net profit after tax. How do you get your average net profit after tax? How do you get your average net profit after tax? When you divide the total profit after tax, total net profit after tax, divide by number of years, you will get the average net profit after tax. Now let us see the second step. Step number 2. Step number 2 is average investment. Step number 2 is what? Average investment. So what we will do, we will write here average investment. So how do you get the average investment? Pay attention here, everyone. Cost of, what is investment? Investment is nothing but your cash outflow. And what is cash outflow? Cash outflow, for example, is the cost of the asset. So cost of the asset. Why is cash going out? Cash is going out because I am investing on an asset. So that is my investment. When I want to purchase a machinery, that machinery, purchase of the machinery is my investment. So cost of the asset, how do you get the average investment? Cost of the asset minus scrap value. This will be given in the question. Minus scrap value. This I put it in a bracket. And what I do, I divide this with 2. I get the average investment, and then after getting this value, what I do, I add, after getting this value, I add, 1 minute, after getting this value, I add, what do I add? I add the scrap value. I'll solve your doubts, don't worry. Scrap value, and if in the question one more thing is given, what it is known as working capital. Now, what is this working capital? If, for example, in a question they have told, okay, I'll explain the first step. Wait, let me first complete this. See, what do you mean by working capital? Working capital means the capital required for the day-to-day working of the business. And if in the question it is told that if I purchase this asset, this machinery, there will be an increase in working capital. There will be an increase in working capital means what? If I purchase this machinery, I'll require special kind of material. I will require special kind of laborers. So if that is required, my working capital will increase. And if working capital is going to increase, it will be given in the question that additional working capital, so and so amount. So this is the formula: cost of the asset minus scrap value, divide by 2, we get one answer. Then we add the scrap value and we add the working capital. Now this is just the formula. You will understand it in a better way when we will be starting the sums. Now, like you all had doubt of average net profit after tax. Now, what is average net profit after tax? उससे पहले what is net profit after tax? Net profit is our profit. Now, average means to take a approximate value, average value. तो एवरेज कैसे निकालता है? यू ऑल मस्ट हैव डन, यू ऑल मस्ट हैव कैलकुलेटेड एवरेज प्रॉफिट. दिस इज नथिंग बट एवरेज प्रॉफिट. एवरेज प्रॉफिट कैसे निकालते? 5 years का प्रॉफिट दिया है, यू हैव बीन गिवन विथ 5 years प्रॉफिट. सो उसका एवरेज कैसे निकालोगे? हाउ विल यू कैलकुलेट द एवरेज प्रॉफिट ऑफ 5 years? सारे 5 years के प्रॉफिट को ऐड करेंगे. अगर लॉस होगा तो लॉस को माइनस करेंगे, फिर जो अमाउंट आता है उसको डिवाइड करेंगे 5 से, तो एवरेज प्रॉफिट आ जाएगा. गॉट दिस? दिस इज नेट एवरेज नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स. व्हाट यू डू, लाइक हियर सी, 5 साल का प्रॉफिट दिया है, 1 2 3 4 5, ये सबको वी विल एड एंड डिवाइड 20,000 प्लस 8,000 प्लस 5,000 प्लस 2,000 प्लस 1,000. ऑल द प्रॉफिट्स व्हेन वी एड, हाउ मेनी इयर्स प्रॉफिट वाज देयर? 1 2 3 4 5, डिवाइड बाय 5, you get the average net profit after tax. Anyone, you understood your doubt is cleared? Muskan and Kajal, see what is average net profit after tax? Total profit divide by number of years. Means if 5 years information is given, 5 years profit you add and divide by 5. If 2 years profit is given, 2 years profit you add, divide by 2. If 10 years profit is given, 10 years profit you add, divide by 2. If in 10 years, 2 years was a loss, then 8 years प्रॉफिट यू एड, लॉस का लॉस है तो माइनस एंड डिवाइड बाय 10, बिकॉज 10 years इंफॉर्मेशन इज गिवन. समझ में आया? प्रॉफिट रहेगा तो प्लस करना है, लॉस है मतलब नेगेटिव प्रॉफिट. लॉस इज व्हाट? लॉस इज नेगेटिव प्रॉफिट. अंडरस्टैंड? व्हेन द प्रॉफिट इज नेगेटिव, वी से इट इज अ लॉस. So loss is nothing but negative profit. So if loss is also given, that also has to be adjusted. Negative profit है तो minus हो जाएगा. समझ में आ रहा है? तो जितने years का information दिया है, जितने how many number of years information is given, we divide by that many number of years. Now, what is the next step? I suppose even Muskan has replied. I suppose even Kajal is now able to understand. What is first step? Average net profit after tax. Now, step 3. Step 3 is we find out average rate of return. Average rate of return. Now what we do, we find average rate of return. So what is average rate of return? Average rate of return is nothing but step 1 divided by step 2. So our formula will be average net profit after tax divide by average investment सॉरी ये हो गया डिवाइड हो गया आई पुट इट इन ब्रैकेट whatever answer you get will be multiplied by 100. Why we multiply by 100? Because what is it? Average return नहीं है ये, average rate of return, RATE, rate. Rate means percentage. Rate means you will require this final answer in the form of a percentage, and to get an answer in a form of percentage, you have to multiply the answer with 100. Then only you will get the answer in percentage. Otherwise, the answer will be in decimal. When you divide one thing with the another thing, what answer you get is in decimal. To remove the decimal and get the answer in percentage, you have to multiply by 100. Getting my point? So average net profit after tax divide by average investment करेंगे. That is step 1. Average net profit after tax divide by average investment. When we do, we get one answer. When that answer we multiply by 100, we will get the answer in percentage, and the answer what we are getting is nothing but average rate of return. Means मुझे पता चलेगा कि यहाँ पे अगर मैं इन्वेस्ट करती हूँ, if I invest in this particular investment, I will get this much percentage of return. This much percentage of return. So the formula is over. Now let us do one sum based on the formula. Let us do this sum based on the formula. So formula, why this is showing 6? Because 2 homework was also there. So here project A and project B. There are two projects, project A and project B. Investment is given. If I invest in project A, that is for 20,000, and project project B investment is for 30,000. Project A investment is 20,000. Project B investment is 30,000. Now expected life. What do you mean by the expected life? Expected life means this will be the expected life of the project. Means this many years we will be able to continue with the project. So project A will be for 4 years and project B will be for 5 years. Project ए का इन्वेस्टमेंट है 20,000, प्रोजेक्ट बी का इन्वेस्टमेंट मीन्स व्हाट? कैश आउटफ्लो means if I want to invest in project A, I need 20,000 will go out of the business. If I invest in project B, rupees 30,000 will go out of the business. Now what is the expected life? See, bracket mein one more thing is given, no salvage value. Salvage value means when the project will come into end. When the project will come into end, the project will have no value. That is, for example, if I purchase a machinery, I purchase it for 20,000. After 4 years, the salvage is zero. No salvage value means the value, if I want to sell that machinery after 4 years, I will not get any penny. I will not get any amount. So that is no salvage value. Salvage matlab value at the end of the life. What is salvage value? Salvage value matlab scrap value. Salvage value matlab scrap value. Scrap value matlab residual value. रेसिड्यूअल वैल्यू मतलब जब मशीनरी का वैल्यू खत्म होगा या कोई भी इन्वेस्टमेंट का लाइफ है, when the life of the investment comes to an end, that time what will be the value of the asset? So they say the value of both the asset is zero. No salvage value means they don't have any residual value and they don't have any end value. When the life comes to an end, they cannot be sold because the value will be zero. What is the estimated life of project B? It is 5 years. What is the estimated life of project B? It is 5 years. Now what is given? See, projected net income after interest, depreciation and taxes. मतलब ये income जो है projected means estimated means assumed. Projected net income. Projected means estimated net income. We are assuming this will be the income because we have not done the investment yet. We are in the present and we want to decide whether to invest or not, whether to invest in A or to invest in B. That decision के लिए we have projected that ये profit हो सकता है, होगा करके कोई फुल 100% अश्योरिटी नहीं है. इट मे बी और मे नॉट बी बिकॉज वी आर प्रिडिक्टिंग. ये हमारा प्रिडिक्शन है. दिस इज अवर अजम्पशन. सो इन द फर्स्ट ईयर project A will give 2,000 and B will give 3,000. Second year 1,500, 3,000. Third year 1,500, 2,000. Fourth year 1,000. B may be 1,000 and fifth year, because project A is having only 4 years ka life, fifth year mein this will not have any profit and B is having 5 years life. So fifth year also it will earn a income, net income of 1,000. Now this income is after deducting, after minusing interest, after minus of depreciation and after minus of taxes. So ये हमारा जो प्रॉफिट है ये नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स है. मतलब this 2,000, this 1,500, 1,000 and this 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 is after deduction of taxes. So we want that profit only. What profit we want? Average net profit after tax. यहाँ पे देखो चारों साल का टोटल दिया है 6,000 और पांचों साल का टोटल दिया है 10,000. दे हैव गिवन अस विद द टोटल प्रॉफिट. टोटल पहले से निकाल के दिया हुआ है. आप 2,000 प्लस 1,500 प्लस 1,500 करो, 5,000 होता है प्लस 1,000 करो. दिस इज 6,000. दे हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन द टोटल. 3,000 plus 3,000 plus 2,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 is 10,000. They have already made the total and given you. So now what we will do is, if the required rate of return is 12%, which project should be undertaken on the basis of the average rate of return on average investment. This is our second formula, second method of capital budgeting. They say कि अगर बिजनेस को मिनिमम 12% रिटर्न चाहिए, द बिजनेस इज एक्सपेक्टिंग अ मिनिमम रिटर्न ऑफ 12%, सो विच प्रोजेक्ट शुड द कंपनी इन्वेस्ट? प्रोजेक्ट ए में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए या प्रोजेक्ट बी में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए? बिकॉज एंड द कंपनी कीप दिस इन माइंड दैट कंपनी वांट्स अ मिनिमम इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 12%. अगर दोनों का इन्वेस्टमेंट is less than 12%, then the company will not accept both the investments. समझ में आया? कंपनी का इन्वेस्टमेंट शुड बी मिनिमम. कंपनी को क्या चाहिए? मिनिमम रिटर्न ऑफ 12%. द कंपनी रिक्वायर्स दैट whichever project it invests, let it be A project or project B, minimum 12% return तो बेसिक है. Company should earn minimum 12% of return. If, for example, this is giving 10% return and this is giving 11% return, which project should we accept 10% return or 11% return? I want the answer from you all. For example, suppose project A is giving 10% return and project B is giving 11% return. Which project will you accept? कौन सा प्रोजेक्ट एक्सेप्ट करोगे? अगर प्रोजेक्ट ए इज गिविंग 10% रिटर्न एंड प्रोजेक्ट बी इज गिविंग 11% रिटर्न, विच प्रोजेक्ट विल यू एक्सेप्ट? प्रोजेक्ट बी इज द आंसर फ्रॉम प्रार्थना एंड कंचन. I am sorry, but both your answer is wrong. Ayati is also wrong. यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में क्या बोला गया है? मिनिमम रिटर्न. हाउ मच शुड बी द मिनिमम रिटर्न? 12%. तो इससे कम अगर रिटर्न आता है 12% से 11% is less than 12%. Got my point? 11% is greater than A, but it is less than 12%. B is getting greater return than A, क्योंकि A को 10% रिटर्न है, B को 11% रिटर्न है, but minimum 12% return is required. So in that case, we will, yes, correct. Aman has given the right answer. We will reject both the projects because both the project is not able to fetch us a return more than 12%. So in that case, we will reject both the projects, A also and B also. But now let us go to the solution. Let us go to the solution and solve this problem. Okay. So पहला वाला step क्या है? Step 1 is calculation of average net profit after tax. For this two machine is that project A. Project A का net profit is how much? Total they have given ना. Formula लिख लेती हूँ मैं पहले. Total net profit after tax. I am writing in short form. Total net profit after tax divide by number of years. Total net profit after tax, NPAT. NPAT का full form क्या है? Net profit after tax. So now, how much is the total net profit? Here they have given total ना. See, total is given by both of them. टोटल दोनों का दिया हुआ है, दोनों को ऐड करके ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है. तो ए का टोटल इज हाउ मच? 6000 एंड नंबर ऑफ इयर्स कितना है? नंबर ऑफ इयर्स इज हाउ मच? 1 2 3 4. हाउ मच इज द नंबर ऑफ इयर्स? 4. करेक्ट आंसर. नंबर ऑफ इयर्स इज 4. So I will write here 4. Now divide and tell me how much net profit are you getting? How much net profit are you getting when you are dividing this? 1500 आ रहा है? Are you getting 1500? Yes, so the answer is 1500. Now same way calculate for the other machine. Okay, same way calculate for the other machine. The other machine नहीं, other project. The other project is project B. Uska total profit. Shall I again write down the same formula? Total net profit divide after tax divide by net profit divide by number of years. तो total profit सबको मिला 10,000 है, divide by number of years is 5. Correct, number of years is 5. So the answer is coming to 2000. Very good, many of you have given the right answer. तो ये वाला step हो गया. Now let us go to the second step. Now let us go to the step 2. Step 2 क्या है? Step 2 है average investment. Step 2 है average investment. So average investment का formula क्या है? Average investment का formula है cost of asset minus, I'll take the formula from above. This is the formula. Cost of asset minus scrap value. Cost of asset minus scrap value divide by 2 plus scrap value plus working capital. तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में पहले प्रोजेक्ट ए का करते हैं. प्रोजेक्ट ए का कॉस्ट है 20,000. Am I correct? स्क्रैप वैल्यू दिया ही नहीं है तो माइनस नील. स्क्रैप वैल्यू इज माइनस नील एंड प्लस करने के लिए भी स्क्रैप वैल्यू भी नहीं है और वर्किंग कैपिटल भी नहीं है. तो डिवाइड बाय 2. क्या करना है? कॉस्ट ऑफ असेट डिवाइड बाय 2. ओनली दिस मच. अगर स्क्रैप वैल्यू रहता तो सी हाउ डू आई नो स्क्रैप वैल्यू. क्वेश्चन में दे हैव गिवन नो सैल्वेज वैल्यू. नो सैल्वेज वैल्यू. सैल्वेज वैल्यू तो है ही नहीं. तो क्या बचा? सिर्फ कॉस्ट ऑफ असेट डिवाइड बाय 2 विल बी द फॉर्मूला बिकॉज स्क्रैप वैल्यू इज नील. एंड जब स्क्रैप वैल्यू है ही नहीं तो कहां से ऐड करेंगे? एंड वर्किंग कैपिटल व्हेन इट इज नॉट गिवन फ्रॉम वेयर विल बी ऐड? मींस द फॉर्मूला विल बी only what? Only 20,000 cost of the asset divide by 2. Same way for project B. Project B का cost है 30,000 and formula है divide by 2. You get the average. Sorry. How much will be the average? 15,000, 30,000 divided by 2. Now our step 3. Step 3 क्या है? What is the step 3? Average rate of return on average investment. Average rate of return on average investment. This is our formula. कैसे निकालना है? Step 1 divide by step. What is the formula? Step 1. Step 1 में हमने क्या निकाला? Average net profit after tax divide by average. Second step में क्या निकाला? Average investment. So हमारे पास दो प्रोजेक्ट है. प्रोजेक्ट ए में स्टेप 1 में कितना आया? चलो देखो, प्रोजेक्ट ए में एवरेज इन्वेस्टमेंट है sorry, average net profit after tax. Average net profit after tax is 1500 and average investment is 10,000. फॉर्मूला क्या है? ये दोनों को डिवाइड करके मल्टीप्लाई करना है 100 से. So what is the average? What is the average net profit after tax? It is 1500. How much is the average investment? It is 10,000 multiplied by 100. Take your calci. 1500 divide by 10,000 करो. आंसर जल्दी बताओ. 1500 divide by 10,000 into 100. I am getting the answer 15%. I am getting the answer 15%. I am getting the answer 15%. Now same way I have to find out for project B. मुझे same way find out करना है for project B. Project B का कितना है average net profit 2000. फिर how much is the average investment 15,000 into 100 करो. इसका return कितना आ रहा है? They give me the answer 2000 divided by 15,000. I am getting 13.33%. Are you getting the same answer? Are you all getting the same answer? Now tell me, you all tell me, कौन से project में invest करना चाहिए? Which project the company should invest? Which project the company should invest? किसमें ज़्यादा return है? कौन से प्रोजेक्ट में कंपनी को इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए? द कंपनी शुड, यस करेक्ट आंसर, द कंपनी शुड इन्वेस्ट इन प्रोजेक्ट ए as it gives highest rate of return. Correct? Then I think, see, this is the answer. You can only also write the company should invest in project A. If you write only that much also, you will get correct full marks. But reason diya hai as it gives the highest rate of return.